Hey YouTube, a little while back we did a trip up to Hervey Bay for a week. The idea was to go fishing. The weather was against us there, but we did get a couple of trips out, so I'm able to give you a report on what the ramp is like. Now first of all, as you probably all know, Urangan is at Hervey Bay, which is along the Fraser coast of Queensland. It's a beautiful spot and the fishing is terrific, which was what attracted us there in the first place. However, like the majority of other really good fishing areas, you need the weather to cooperate as well. The ramp itself is located in the boat harbour, and that is really well protected, rock all around, so it doesn't matter how rough the day is, if you can get back into the harbour, you're not got any problems getting your boat onto your trailer. Now, it's one of the best ramps I've ever been to for obtaining bait at the last moment. I didn't look around and investigate, but just driving past, I spotted 3 places to get bait just at the ramp. So from that aspect, it's brilliant. There's plenty of choices. This is the entry that I think you're supposed to use if you got a boat, and it takes you straight down to the preparation area. Now while we're there, the ramp wasn't very busy, and I didn't see anyone use that entrance and come in that way, and I'll show you why. For whatever reason, the majority of people that I saw come into the ramp, boaties and people that are just coming down to look around, used this entrance. Perhaps because the ramp is so quiet. We actually went in via this other entrance here because that took us to the petrol pump and I could just pull up in front of it, fuel up the bait before I put it on the ramp. There is another option for fueling up and we'll get to that one shortly. The bowser we used is one of those self-service ones where you punch in the amount that you think you want to put in, put your credit card in that charges you, go and fill up your tank, and whatever you don't use is refunded back on your credit card. I did check it and it worked exactly as I said. Now these are the designated boat preparation areas before you get onto the ramp. I didn't see anyone use them while we were there because it was so quiet you really didn't need to, you weren't holding anyone up at all. While we were there, everyone that was going in just pulled up and used the areas that I've got shaded here. As I say, it was so quiet that it didn't matter, but if it is a bit busy when you're there, do make sure you use the marked areas. The top of one ramp and you can see the other ramp over in the distance. There's 2 lanes on each side of 2 pontoons, so we've got 8 lanes all up, plenty of launching area. But if you're in the outside lane, of course, on a pontoon and no beach area, you do need someone in the boat to drive it off onto the pontoon for you. Now my only complaint about the layout is the pontoons. As you can see in this picture, the posts for the pontoons are all on one side of the pontoon. And that makes it very awkward if you've got your bait ropes and you want to walk it out along the pontoon and you happen to have the bait on the same side as those posts. Easy enough on the other side, but then if you're on the same side as the posts, you've got to feed the ropes around the posts instead of just walking past them. Bit of a oversight on the part of the designers. If that's the only complaint I can find, then it's not too bad. And as you can see from this shot, they've catered for lots of cars, and I can imagine that on a peak period they do get them. But when we were up there during the week, not really good weather, there was plenty of parking spaces available. Now this is the other option for getting petrol. There's a bowser on that pontoon that the arrow is pointing to, and you can pull up there on the water and fuel up. Now I didn't try that one, I did see other people there. I can only imagine that it works much the same as the one on land where you put a credit card in, punch in how much you want to take and get a refund if you don't take all of it. Nice and handy if you just need a quick splash and dash once you're in the water. The exit out of the harbour takes you past most of the boats that are moored there, and that's always a bit of fun to have a look and see what other people own. There's a bin there for your rubbish, and judging by the smell coming from it, everyone shoves their leftover bait and probably their fish frames in there when they get back. Not something you want to get too close to. Public toilet facilities. I'm told the female toilets weren't too bad, weren't great, but not too bad. But I can promise you the male toilets, doesn't matter how desperate I am, I'm waiting till I get back to my accommodation. I went in there on the first day. I knew something was wrong when I saw the stainless steel bowl and the seat had been ripped off, and then I spotted the present that someone had left in the middle of the floor. That was enough to turn me off going in there ever again. Don't know if that's standard for the area, but it is pretty pitiful. I've marked the dedicated area for preparing your bait for the road there in red. It's not very big, and on a busy day I imagine that could fill up, but hopefully there'd be some car parks where you can pull in there out of the way while you get your boat ready for the road. I marked the exit for the boat ramp area. It's the same way that you're meant to come in, but of course we didn't. And as for destinations from the ramp, well, pretty much anywhere in Hervey Bay. There are 2 other ramps. There's one a little bit to the south, which is about half an hour's drive away, and the other's up at Point Vernon, which is a little bit closer. I didn't visit the ramp to the south, so I don't know what it's like. I did visit the other one, didn't use it, but did visit it. I got some pictures of it while I was there, and I will do a ramp report on it eventually. Well, that brings us to the end of another video. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope I've given you some idea of what to expect in the way of ramp facilities if you ever decide to go up and fish Hervey Bay. If you are thinking about going up there, I can highly recommend it, but my advice is to pick some better weather than we had. Don't forget to click the like button if you got something out of this video. If you'd like to see more of my videos, you can go to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see my future videos, and don't forget to click the notify button so that you're notified when I upload one. Until next time, good fishing.